Pirates of the Caribbean, a story that somehow still has some of the best CGI in movie history, 20 years later. But if we shift the perspective away from pretty much everyone else, and instead focus on Lord Cutler Beckett, then it becomes a story of just trying to rid the world of pirates by any means necessary. But to imagine that, let me just put you in his shoes.
Just a forewarning, in this video, there might be some changes because we had some technical problems with the microphone. You know, you take a microphone to a beach, it kind of gets a little bit messed up. So there might be periods where I have to either dub over it or show myself here.
So imagine for a minute that you are Lord Cutler Beckett. You were born a son of a merchant, but that really was not good enough for you. You saw the aristocracy and licked your lips. You wanted the women in courses. You wanted the sherry. But most importantly, you wanted the money and the prestige. But also, after an unfortunate running when you were a boy, and you were tortured for days, and you saw a young lad get brutally executed by some pirates, you grew a moderate hatred for them. So you crawled your way to the top of the East India Company, working in country after country, proving your worth, acquiring a position not so easily acquired by the peasantry. Yeah, you weren't really peasant, but yeah, close enough. And to become Lord was only really a stone's throw away. Unfortunately for you though, a little ways back when you were just hauling some human cargo, some lunatic decided to grow a spine and randomly freed them, meaning this guy not only freed the slaves, thus denying profit, but also freed you of your chances of becoming a lord. Bitter, you branded him and made him a pirate against his will. But he then ended up becoming the most bizarre person ever to sail the seas and one of the most notorious pirates that no one's ever heard of. And then somehow ended up with the compass that leads the wearer to whatever they desire. Now, that rubs you up the wrong way, because even though you did eventually get the Lord title, it took you a few years more to get it. That few years cost you like a few dinner parties and some polo matches or something. So how dare this guy get branded a pirate and then get gifted the gifts of gods? Anyway, little birdie on the wind told you there was some trouble afoot in the Caribbean. Naturally, you opted to lend your services, because apparently these issues require the greatest business mind England has ever produced. And luckily, after reading a copy of Thy Art of Thy Deal, that person is you. And this brings you face to face with some guy named Will.
The East India Trading Company has need of your services.
He's an alright guy. He's got a bit of a soft spot for Jack though, so you can play to his sensibilities. You're going to tell him that you're going to employ Jack, which isn't actually a bad idea after all. He was your captain originally and he's pretty good at deal making, and he is touched a little bit by the destiny and always ends up with everything somehow, which is an extraordinary skill that the East India Trading Company could do with, so why not? Who cares if he denied you, Lord? You got it anyway, right? So of course you use the threat of the drop and dangle to try and convince this guy to do what needs to be done. And I mean, you even name drop the compass.
Ah, you know it.
He's fully down. Crazy how that works. These buffoons don't understand anything, least of all the compass, thinking that you wanted that ghastly black pearl, as if you could be seen dead in a ship like that when you have the Dauntless. Because I mean, the black pearl just looks like it fell out of a back alley seamstress's ass, really. And this is the world of gods, legends and myths. They are not just fairy tales anymore. So what you want to do is control the big bad of the ocean, Davy Jones, because if you control him, then you control the sea. And apparently he did absolutely something crazy with his heart and cut it out. Imagine having a heart and feeling so much that you would just cut that out. Crazy. Definitely not you though. You only care about honor, prestige, and sweet, sweet pounds. But this does bring you face to face with a bit of treacle, who is coincidentally carrying a gun.
I'm listening intently.
Going on and on and on about the Isla de Muerto. It's crazy that you are associated with these people of such unfathomably simple minds that they just have the collective intellect of a single baboon to think that you're after something as trivial as gold. Worst yet, cursed Aztec gold.
There's more than one chest of value in these waters.
Sure, the Crown does have a tendency to gobble up native people's treasures and then store them in their museums and put them up as their own, and also in their crown, claiming it as their property. But even they draw the line at curses. Yeah, probably not. But either way, who cares about Aztec gold? Because there is a pirate age to end. Because if there is one group of people that is absolutely allowed to steal valuables, that is the Crown, and by extension, the East India Trading Company.
So you let them get to work. Two star-crossed lovers trying to double-cross the man they rescued? Talk about poetry.
And you hear rumours, you get reports of all the things that are going on. You're expecting something crazy.
But what you didn't expect was Jack Sparrow getting eaten by the Kraken, which is just the most heartbreaking thing. With the compass gone, ruling the sea just became that much harder.
Because you can't really face Davy Jones in a head-on. And once again, your plans for the Crown, the company, and England have been completely destroyed by this lunatic. You further did not expect in any capacity is Norrington, of all people, coming in like he just went 10 rounds with a Tortugan entertainer and smelling like one too, dropping the heart in front of you.
Like, the dude just had infinite power in the palm of his hands, and he gives that up to you.
No, I mean, sure, who are you to deny them such a gift? Who would have thought that all of your plans, your life, your conquest in the name of the Crown and the company was saved by some nothing burger who somehow managed to swindle Jack Sparrow under his nose? I mean, Norrington definitely deserves your respect now. Serendipitous doesn't even begin to describe it, but whoever controls the heart of Davy Jones controls the sea. But rather than, try to romance the guy, this is just a little bit easier. But what now does describe your ambitions is ruthless. Still, to let him know who's best, you make him kill his pet, the Kraken. Because let's face it, well, that thing is just gross. People might say you made a deal with the devil or something, but this way, now, you captured the devil and made him your bitch.
Come over here and kiss me on my hot mouth. I'm feeling romantical.
So you go hard onto the pirate villains of the world. That Disney even lets you hang like 20 of them in the intro of the movie. And this commences the beginning of the end of the golden age of piracy. And the start of the golden age of the Crown and the company. And I mean, honestly, how could people romanticize pirates? They are smelly, they are awful, and they do unspeakably evil things. And all you're doing is, well, cleaning it up, making the world a beautiful place to live in by killing absolutely everyone who you think isn't beautiful or rich, and then enslaving everyone else. Anyway, you got wind of some operation done down in Singapore, and they come back with this seemingly innocent little coin.
A piece of 8. 9 of them, you say?
Now, if there is one thing that you've learned over the past, little while, is that there is always another piece of magical bullshit that could make your previous piece of magical bullshit completely superfluous.
What's the significance of that, I wonder?
Does it matter? There's nothing can hold against the Armada.
Nothing we know of.
And if you're not careful, that other piece of magical bullshit could really fuck up your day. And these so-called 9 pieces of 8 is something that these pirates are hedging on. And so that must mean it must be absolutely monstrous. Because apparently they think it can beat the Dutchman. Which is just, it's sweet misery, isn't it? You finally have the world at your heel, and these grotesque creatures want to bring back the wickedness. But if there's something more powerful than Davy, well, that means there's something more that you can use to further your ambition for the Crown and the company. Now, could you take this for personal gain? Sure, absolutely. But for some reason, you really believe in all of this, and you have accepted your role below the Crown, below the monarchy, and just essentially a CEO of a company.
I happened to mention where the brethren called a meeting.
He was mum on that, sir.
And it seems like the pirates are becoming coy to your plans. It's okay, you do have substantially more resources than them, more men, and way more intellect. Ain't no way they're gonna get the better of you. So naturally, it's just time to hunt them. And then also find out where these brethren meet.
The brethren know they face extinction.
Either way, it seems like the whole world is going a bit crazy. Jones is constantly having temper tantrums, going mad, and really not leaving anything for salvage or even for interrogation.
Bloody hell, there's nothing left.
And the governor is acting all suspicious because he's scared of his pirate daughter or something getting killed. Why would he be scared about a woman who embraced piracy? It's crazy. She literally would download a boat.
Stop it. Get some help.
So naturally, you opt for a cheeky power play.
Fetch the chest.
It seems that Mr. Squid needs the reminder that you control him all day, every day. Otherwise, he's gonna think he's Billy Big Bollocks all over again.
I will not have it on my ship. I'm sorry to hear that.
He is in servitude to the Crown and the company. But yeah, okay, he is a Scot, so he's probably a little bit upset about the situation. But he is a tool, and tools only have one purpose: to be used until they are no longer necessary or require replacements.
We need prisoners to interrogate, which tends to work best when they're alive.
And this guy has the audacity to try and throw down with you.
The Dutchman sails as its captain commands.
All that does is just make him look so much weaker when you're gonna force him to cow.
And its captain is to sail it as commanded.
Him actually looking too weak, otherwise he'll jeopardize his relationship with his crew. That's not a good thing. You want him to be like vaguely strong, but also not completely, well, cowardly. And well, look at the way he cowers at your words. Why does he try? It's futile. Apparently, having lived many lifetimes is just not enough for him. He still fears death.
How dreadfully ironic.
But you know, you don't actually want to kill him either, because that would also be equally crazy. The Dutchman needs a captain, and pretty much nobody on this fucking ocean or world wants that duty, least of all you. But then it turns out that Jack is actually alive, back alive. What the fuck? Not only Jack, but Barbossa too. What? But luckily your plant actually does manage to get him to you, but of course you cannot allow yourself to be seen as disturbed by this reality. Okay, so this is like the first time that you've seen this lunatic in a extraordinarily long time. Probably since, you know, you gave him the little P on his wrist, where he betrayed you and almost denied you your elevation.
And yet here you are.
So, naturally, you betrayed him and made him a wanted man for all of eternity. You don't fuck with the Beckett.
In exchange for fair compensation, square my debt with Jones, guarantee my freedom.
See, you actually kind of love and hate Jack. You hate him because he has some form of virtue or something, and he's a bit crazy, but you also love him because, my god, he's just so good at fucking deal making.
Like, he is the master of negotiation.
If all other pirates were a bit like him, there would probably be no issues in this world, because he's actually intelligent. But this deal, all it requires is him to betray other pirates. And if he managed to betray you after you elevated him to captain, why wouldn't he be able to betray the other pirates? If he can betray the person that gave him the title that which he covets, well. And after a little back and forth, and maybe a little bit of self-indulgence into name-dropping your desires...
And what becomes of Miss Swan?
Because let's face it, who wouldn't?
What interest is she to you?
I mean, this is all a game. Like a charade, a charade, whatever. You indulge him a little threat here, little threat there. And then he tells you what he can do for you. The lunatic is
actually pitching himself to you without even realizing it. Now, that is thy art of thy deal. Get them to make a deal with themselves, and you just swoop in afterwards.
You may kill me, but you may never insult me. Who am I? I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
Actually, killing him wouldn't do a world of good, apparently, because he'll probably just come straight back. Death is now a loose construct in this world.
But you are very rudely interrupted by some shenanigans outside. And Jack actually uses said shenanigans to escape. And like, you catch him doing something, but you are so taken aback by the absurdity of what you are witnessing that you don't even try to intervene.
He even managed to sneak in a little figurine of you in the cannon. Talk about attention to detail. No wonder he's so good at deal making. He really pays attention to all the little pieces.
You're mad.
Thank goodness for that, because if I wasn't, this would probably never work.
Well, he did get you there, that's for sure. No, you have to question the fact, did he actually calculate that? Because, like,
Did Jack do that?
there's just no way.
He does have the touch of the destiny.
He somehow managed to use a cannon to escape, and then it caused your mast to fall.
How soon can we have the ship ready to pursue?
So maybe, yeah. Only his brain could work in such chaotic conditions as that his irrational mind could create a rational thing to happen, irrationally. But then you find out someone is making a play. Is it Jack?
Either way, there is a hedge here, and is working for you.
Turns out it was Minnie Bill. Crazy stuff, honestly. You thought it was Jack doing that. Maybe. But also, apparently not. It turns out there's also a small mutiny on the Dutchman. But frankly, that's the least of your concerns. Old baby Bootstrap told Davy that Sparrow is alive, which sent him into a spiral.
We rescued Jack from the locker along with the Black Pearl.
What else have you not told me.
As if you didn't have problems with control as it is, and now this guy wants to join your cause after now just telling the guy that you're trying to control the worst news possible for that guy to know, undermining your authority. Great. He has essentially just told you he cannot be trusted with any information, especially information that is confidential.
I believe you're familiar with a person called Calypso.
Oh, Calypso. So that's all it takes for him to get all riled up, is it? For a ruthless, cold-blooded monster, he does have a lot of emotions inside of him. How dare people spill the tea?
How dare they? Where do they think we are? Boston?
Either way, okay, this lovely little drama show has just given you all the possible information
To make Jones your little bitch boy.
You will free my father, and you will guarantee Elizabeth's safety, along with my own.
Look at this guy. No negotiation, no charm, no pomp, no fluff, just brass tacks. Fine.
He wants to play like this. We can play like this, can't we? At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is good business.
What is it you want most?
Okay, so the boy does have the big guns. Alright, it really does sweeten the deal, doesn't it? Turns out, doing business with pirates is actually not completely terrible. They end up stealing relentlessly, meaning that you get to procure items that were previously unattainable.
Imagine getting poor Admiral Norrington to steal a compass. He'd probably die of embarrassment.
Still, realistically, more likely, Jack gave Will the compass to try and double-cross you and all of this stuff. You know, because Jack is essentially playing 5D chess over here while everyone else is crawling over building blocks. But you do end up finding their Armada and head to a sandbar. This is thanks to no amount of lawyering Jones's curse here. You had to sit there and figure this shit out. Because a sandbar is not technically land. It's actually just parrotfish poop and ground down coral. So, as long as there's like maybe a foot of water above it, it sort of becomes the sea. So, you just get a bucket of water and Jones is able to stand there. It's genius.
My hands are clean in this. Figuratively.
Wait, is Jack saying his hands are clean? Good God, man. If that is not the most ironic thing that anyone has ever said for anything.
Don't be bashful. Step up. Claim your reward.
He really does feel like he can worm his way out of this after everything. But not you. You know all of his angles. You know what he's thinking, well, as much as anyone in this world could possibly know what Jack is thinking. He just wants to save his own skin. But the deal is beautiful. You get everything you want. You even get Jack. And now you can take the delight of watching him get sent to the depths of the ocean and probably spend like, I don't know, like 100 odd years with Davy.
Do you fear death?
And he'll still be in your employ.
You can fight and all of you will die, or you can not fight, in which case only most of you will die.
I mean, you still want to purge the world of pirates. That has not changed, but at least you can kill the vast majority of them. This way, the so-called Great Age of Piracy will be over, and your company will enter the Great Age of English prosperity, which will do more harm
than good to the world.
Probably. Where we will get countries addicted to opium just so we can have tea.
We will fight, and you will die.
Oh, so the treacle has a backbone. How delightful. It would be a shame to watch her lose this battle. And for some reason, she's calling herself a king. King of the pirates. She doesn't even have the one piece. She has 9 pieces of 8. It's completely different. But you are giddy about this. You are excited. You get to purge this world of all the villainy. And you will be forever known in the annals of history as the man who accomplished everything. Your legacy will even outshine the monarchy. Because let's be real, all they do is sit on their throne. They have no real power. It's men like you, the company men, who have all the power to change the world. And this battle will prove it.
The enemy has opted for oblivion.
And if you win here, you could maybe even make England a republic. Maybe. Yeah, it turns out Calypso's a giant fucking woman. And Jones wanted to have sex with... I don't know, man. Whew, the logistics there. The math ain't mathin' on that one. But you're not gonna let a potential revolutionary war to end all wars get in the way of a spot of tea. You are British after all. This is your pre-game ritual. Why is he such a cliche? But you may have absolutely cooked it with the tea, because now it feels like it's pissing it down. You are... Well, you're back in London, aren't you? Brilliant. And then you just watch the 2 ships, the Dutchman and the Pearl, having a battle in a fucking whirlpool, which is something something you quite literally never even considered before. For some reason, that's the fight. As soon as they were done duking it out in the whirlpool, the sky got clear, and there was just one boat there. Where's the pirates got? What happened? It's just them versus your entire armada. But rather than send your armada to deal with them, you decide to go and fuck them up yourself. Because if someone's going to send the pearl to the bottom of the ocean, it's going to be you. There is not a single person in this world who can beat you. Oh, and then you find out that the Dutchman is still alive. How did it? Oh yeah, because it can't sink. But what about Jones? You should have really kept the heart on your ship, at least for this battle. Why didn't you do that? That was dumb. What a fumble. What are you going to do? Is there anything you can do? Like, are you actually going to be able to do anything? Like, what are we going to do here? Like, are we doing anything? Well, that was not thy art of thy deal.
Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, please give it a like and consider subscribing. And thus begins the Christmas season. I just want to shout out my members real quick, especially good old Grant and Alexander Colburn. Thank you guys. Your support means the absolute world to me. And of course, Lavender. Apparently they've changed it now to Loveliest in Blue. Zyla, Toast the Bread, Pro Voice Actor 1 Dubs, Takaru, and Alan. Thank you. Have a great day and have a great life. Here in my other life.